This morning we are remembering 9/11 on the 13th anniversary of one of America's saddest days.
Memorial events scheduled to begin in just a few hours as the country pauses to remember the lives lost that day. Rhode Islanders who lost their lives in the attacks will be remembered at the State House during a public ceremony today. Eyewitness News reporter Shantae Lands live in Providence this morning with more.
Good morning, Patrick and Danielle. 6 Rhode Islanders riding on 2 planes lost their lives as it struck into the Twin Towers. Well, later this morning, they will be honored by state police and military, as well as loved ones. The goal is to never forget.
These are the faces of the 6 Rhode Island residents who rode aboard the 2 planes that struck into the World Trade Center's Twin Towers. Riverside native 43-year-old Carol Marie Bouchard was a passenger aboard American Airlines Flight 11.
I just knew it hit me. It was our plane.
Richard Del Felmini learned of his baby sister's demise by listening to a car radio while driving on a business trip to Boston.
To have lost someone in this manner, it makes it worse.
Bouchard's plane struck the North Tower. She was the baby of the family who worked as an emergency room secretary at Kent Hospital. Her brother says she was reluctant to travel to Las Vegas with her friend Renee Newell because of her fear of flying. Newell's mother originally planned to take her spot on that flight.
That was just the fate of it all, the way it turned out, you know.
13 years later, a memorial museum is at the tower's site to honor the 6 Rhode Islanders and nearly 3,000 others killed at the hands of al-Qaeda terrorists. In Rhode Island Thursday at the State House, state police, military, and loved ones will honor each victim.
I'm grateful to them for that.
A vow to never forget.
It helps people that know us to hear me and keep the memory of Carol alive.
And be sure to stay with Eyewitness News for continuing coverage of the September 11th memorial. I will be live from the ceremony, and our main anchor, Mike Montecalvo, will be the master of ceremonies. Reporting live from the State House with the Providence Mobile Newsroom, Shantae Lands, Eyewitness News.
Yesterday, House and Senate leaders honored the fallen heroes of the 9/11 attacks at a special Capitol ceremony. Lawmakers presented a congressional gold medal to each of the memorial sites where thousands lost their lives in the terror attacks.
When we visit the memories of 9/11, we tread on sacred ground. 13 years ago, the world watched on a clear Tuesday morning as we suffered loss we could not possibly have imagined and witnessed heroism we will never forget.
The gold medal is the highest civilian award that the U.S. Congress can bestow.
Family and friends expected to visit the 9/11 Museum today will see several new items recently added, including a shirt worn by a Navy SEAL in the raid that killed Osama bin Laden. The museum opened 4 months ago and has received 135 new items from victims, families, and others. The museum will be open to the public today, but the Memorial Plaza will be closed and only available to family members of the victims. This morning's event at the Rhode Island State House is open to the public. Stay with Eyewitness News for continuing coverage as Southern New England remembers 9/11. Plus, you can find extended coverage right now at WPRI.com.